Good morning and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you come into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I know I said good. Well, it is morning. When you all see this, it'll be afternoon because I'm recording this. I'm up early recording shows because I got to be out on cases. So I hope that you all enjoy them. It's about 3 o'clock in the morning. Um, as you come into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I want you guys to know I appreciate you so much. As we continuously go up, I'm really, you know, I'm really more so just proud of you all. Like I know a lot of people say it's your show, and I know I don't have a lot of subscribers, but I'm just really proud of you all, the type of subscribers that I have, the support that you all give. I always say I love quality more than quantity. A lot of people want a whole lot of subscribers. I'll get the whole lot. It'll come, but I like the quantity. I like the quality. And I have a lot of good quality subscribers that rock out with me, that know how to get along. We be on that real grown folk stuff. And I like that because I got real bad nerves. So it's really hard for me unless I'm dealing with children and babies in the physical, and I know that they are. My brain is programmed to know how to handle them, but my brain ain't programmed to know how to deal with grown folks, old rusty children. Okay. So I'm happy that I got some real grown folks on my channel. Hey, that know how to speak their mind, do it with respect. um we respect each other, we have fun, we trip out. Even if I get on this open discussion, we talk about fishing, all that. I want you guys to know I really, this is what I prayed for, because I like peace. And that is exactly what God has given me. So I want you all to know I'm very proud of you all of my subscribers, right? Also, if you would like to support the channel, like I said, you could do that via Cash App, your encouraging words, or whatever. I appreciate that. Okay. I wanted to talk about Young Dolph. And people talk about, because I've heard people want to go in on his artist and they talk about Young Dolph. They let him die. His artist did not have anything to do with that. I constantly put that into the atmosphere. See, I'm one of those people. I don't like to just place blame on people just because. I'm not one of those. I could tell when people are. I know that there are people that are emotional, but then I could tell when there are people who don't accept responsibility for nothing that they do. Right? They will point the blame at anybody. That's how they do it. They'll point the blame at anybody. Um, but I've never pointed the blame at Young Dolph's artists because I have listened especially closely to what Young Dolph has said in his interviews. Young Dolph was a real dude, and he was very transparent when he would do interviews. He's a Leo for real. I'm a Leo, and it's hard to be fake. It is. It's hard to be fake. If I'm not feeling your vibe, I have to stay away from you. Okay, because it irks me. Okay, and he was extremely transparent when he didn't say a lot, but when he said a lot, when he would talk, he said a lot without saying a lot. He just put it out there bluntly. It was not a lot of theatrics or anything like that, no smoke and mirrors. He was real. And that's what's so sad about this situation. They took a real brother out of this world that loved helping people, because it's about helping people. Okay, that wanted to see people help to give people a start so that they could do well. Now, the problem with a lot of people, especially in our communities, is they want you to just take care of them. They want you to consistently just feed them, spoon feed them. You got it. You feed me. I'm gonna tell you, one of the worst things that I heard was a dude from Memphis say Young Dolph might be alive right now if he had a killer on his team. If he had been feeding him, if he had been feeding him right, it would have been Gotti instead of him. I said, it's sick how sometimes I be ashamed of black men as much as I be loving them. Okay, I be ashamed of some of them, especially when they feel like just because another man who has worked hard and attained his wealth is supposed to feed him just because he got out and worked hard and attained and learned the recipe. Okay, you got it. You give it to me. Okay, no, that's not how it works. And if I was because see, I'm getting mad. If I was a woman, I mean, I wouldn't even want a man that feel like another man is supposed to feed him. Ladies, we don't want them kind. Okay, we gonna throw him away. Okay, it don't make no darn sense how people feel like people work hard to attain wealth, and folks say, "Well, I'm gonna eat." They gonna either give it to me or else I'm gonna take them out. Well, they just look at you. Look at that car he driving. I'm getting ready to take his ass out. He think he doing something. When you won't get up and hit a lick at a snake, you don't want to get up and work. Hell, you sleep for almost 24 hours a day. Get up, thick slob running all out your mouth, snot running all out your nose, eating up all the damn kids' cereal, living off of some girl, and you want a man to take care of you. Okay? I'm okay. Let me get back to Calgon. Bring me back because I was getting taken away. Okay, but people wanted to blame his artist because I think people just want a reason to blame anybody except for the people that actually did this, right? I've seen people go in on his artist harder than they've gone in on the two people that have been convicted, the people that have trolled him, and the people who had a hand at plotting this. Okay, they've gone harder on his artist, and they said, well, his artist should have been with him. You can't. Okay, anyways, I like to play stuff in a person's own words. There's this one thing I want y'all to hear before this is very important. Hold on.
With a nigga.
Rock stars.
Yeah.
What you think? What you think that you brought to this industry with you from the street to help you move, like go up that other niggas don't have, like, you know what I'm saying?
My story just really just the shit I went through. You know what I'm saying? All the pain shit, all the shit, just taking this shit out. It's so much shit nigga went through, bro. And it's like you gotta take the shit out somewhere. You gotta let it out somewhere. You know what I'm saying? It's like I chose to let this shit out of my hustle. Like I'm gonna hustle hard so I can get as much money as I can. So I can take care of everybody, so people won't have to go through this shit. So people won't have to go through not having shit or looking at everybody else having fun and you ain't got shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a part of the struggle, bro. And it's like I just always been like, man, I'm just helping as many people I can. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I done helped so many people, bro. I don't even realize how many people I done.
You don't even remember.
You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. It's like even with someone like my boys, my niggas, the young niggas and shit. Like nigga be like, bro, you had bought me these shoes, bro, when I was in 5th grade, 4th grade.
I forgot about that.
I ain't know. It's like on
real shit.
It's like, damn, you for real? Like, and I it's like
no cap.
I swear to God, bro. It's like I just forget about the shit. You know what I'm saying? Just be like,
I ain't do it to tell nobody, bro. I ain't do this shit to tell nobody or to remember or over your head.
Not for no Instagram shit. Not for none of this shit. Like, I don't know. It just
I did it
because
it was in my heart to do it.
Like, I just feel like I supposed to did that shit.
You know how you deal with entitlement though? Like people feel like
that shit the worst, bro. That shit the worst, bro. Like, where you real deal got homeboys feel like, bro, you supposed to pull up, get them 500,000, and just cause they your nigga and you been knowing them years and years and years. Like, bro, you supposed to pull up, bro. Give me $250,000, bro. Just throw me $500,000. Let me go and do my thing. And bro, I can't do but look at a nigga like,
you could do something
you
for a nigga.
serious or you just bullshit. Like, that how you feel for real.
Listen, bro, you can do something for a nigga, right? He'll stop doing for himself. Only thing he'll do for himself is worry about what you ain't doing. This is my job now, is worry about what you ain't doing for me. That's some deep shit.
But what about all the shit you been doing for a nigga?
Up until that point.
Before you become Young Dolph and you was just Dolph in the hood and you just, you know what I mean? Like, what about all that shit? Like,
now, I felt like that was interesting where he talked about, how dudes was just kind of messed up. They feel like, as I was just saying, just because you got money, you're supposed to give it to them, even though he had helped him before he became a millionaire because he was getting money in the hood. People have that jealous spirit. It all goes back to that. People being secretly wanting, and I'm not talking about his artist. I'm just saying, like, people in general that ain't, they ain't got no talent, no nothing. I think people respect you more if you go, dude, can you help me to get a business going? I'll go get a bit. Show me how to get a business plan or whatever, because he like to give a hand up. I see, like with children, he like giving a handout, buying shoes for school and stuff like that. But like with adults, I kind of sense he helped them, but he like the hand up that's giving them startup stuff so that they can generate wealth for you. You respect it more when somebody gives you a hand up and you got a plan and things of that nature, right? And so it just goes to show how deep, like you said, it's people that's just messed up. Just because you got some money, we came in this together. You give me $250,000, you out your damn mind, And so I wanted to also play this, but I wanted to touch on that point, and I also wanted to play this one right here.
When you tap out from social media, you feel more at peace, like, because you'll go away for like a month and don't post nothing, like, be on your own shit.
A nigga entertainer, but I like being by myself. Like, I like peace and quiet. It's like I'm a loner, bro. I do better and come up with shit better, and I make money, do a lot of shit. I do everything better, bro, just being by myself. You know what I mean? Like, and that shit kind of like a problem. Like, my niggas hate that shit. Like, bro, why you by yourself? Why you by yourself? Like, I just don't like being with a lot of niggas. I don't like being around a lot of people. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? I've been like this since I was a young nigga. And that's how I done got to where I'm at. You know what I mean? Like, I mastermind some shit and come up with shit. Like, I know how to run operations and know how to run shit, put shit together. And, you know what I'm saying? Put people in place. And I know how to do shit. You feel what I'm saying? Being around everybody, a lot of people all the time, all that shit, you can't, when you gonna think? When you got time to think? You know what I mean? Like, you gonna always need somebody to think for you.
We were talking about Mount Rushmore's, and we was talking about Atlanta's Mount Rushmore rappers. Who you think is on Memphis Mount Rushmore rappers? I don't know, 3, 4 people. I don't know, whatever the fuck you want to do. What 4 or 3 people would you put on that motherfucker? And yes, you can include yourself. Yeah. Of course you can include yourself.
I don't know, that's hard. Cause it's like, just keeping it real, you gotta have 3 6 Mafia on that motherfucker.
For sure. They could be one. You put 3 6 right there, for sure.
Paul like one little nigga with 3 heads.
You put Paul Juice and Pat. You put Paul Juice, Pat, Shaq,
like,
Boo, all on.
We can put Crunchy back in the black.
Right.
Yeah, like everybody.
Infamous, everybody.
You gotta put 3 6 on that motherfucker. You gotta put. I don't know. It can't. It really.
You gonna put yourself on there?
That shit with me.
You gonna put yourself on there?
It really depends. Cause let me tell you, goddamn, it'll be Dolph, Paper Route Frank, Flipper,
right?
Nothing but a whole lot of Dolphs on that motherfucker.
Right.
Cause I did some shit just like that really got the city turned up right now and got the culture like what it is right now. You know what I'm saying? But over some overall shit, it's hard to say because it's a lot of motherfuckers like this.
What about producers?
Okay. So I wanted to hear who he was gonna say, and I could see that he didn't want them to put him in a pickle because there's so many good artists in Memphis where he had to choose like 3 or 4 when there are many. I'm glad that he didn't do that. Although he did say 3 6 Mafia, they did do it big. You know what I mean? So I think he was right because there are a lot of good legendary rappers in Memphis. Okay. But you all heard what he said. His boys always say, man, why you do this by yourself? Why you doing that? He was like, he just like doing things by himself. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out why people feel like his artists could force a grown man to do what they wanted him to do. Okay. Hell, they couldn't. What was they supposed to do? Sleep outside of wherever he was at? And when he crunk his car up to leave, they were supposed to be there. The boy was out early in the morning. Okay, early that morning, I'm told. So were they supposed to sleep outside of his house? It's not his artist's fault that this happened. It is the fault of the people that concocted and plotted to take him out. He said himself, he said in his documentary that, Daddy and all them be saying, man, when that happened at the situation at the in LA when they shot him up. He said, Daddy on them all, but said, man, you can't be doing that. You can't just be going out meeting people by yourself. You can't just be roaming around by yourself. They had told him that many a times, but he liked being a loner. He liked being a loner. I just think with Dolph, I think he was so humble. He didn't take that. He was making the money, but he didn't take himself that seriously. He didn't understand, although he was seeing it, that how deep that jealousy with a lot of those people ran, and it wasn't his artist. Okay. So there's nowhere in the world that I could ever blame Snoop Bands or any of them for what has happened to Dolph. I blame the people that sat at that table and plotted to kill that boy, came up with the scheme to kill him, and the people that actually went out there that day and did that and hunted that boy down and killed him. Those are the ones that I blame. Those are the ones that law enforcement blame. But I see that there's some stuff in the app has been put into the atmosphere for some reason to blame his artist, and that's kind of messed up. That's kind of messed up when he said that he was a loner. I'm almost positive, 100% positive, if he had told his artist, I need y'all to roll deep with me every day that I'm here, I need y'all around me, I'm sure they would have done it. And if he thought that his life was in danger, I'm sure he would have had professional security as well as having the dudes around him deep. But he said he didn't like a lot of people around him because he's a thinker, y'all. I'm telling y'all, and I'm not trying, I'm just telling y'all, I know that's how Leos think. That's how I am. Okay. I think better when I'm off by myself because I'm always thinking. I'm a thinker. Okay. So it is not his artist's fault. They would not have had a problem. So they want to blame Snoop Bands because the young man couldn't answer his phone when he called him. And when he called him back a few minutes later, unfortunately, he had no way of knowing that was getting ready to happen. People like to blame the wrong people. I blame the people who is the reason why he couldn't answer the phone. And those were the people that were standing outside the cookie shop with those guns. And the people that had sat at that had concocted and schemed to take him out. Okay, before he was killed. Okay, those are the people that I blame. So Young Dolph, he said he was a loner, but I made sure that I put in there him talking about how he gave just without thinking. And a lot of times people be mad at the way that people love you, or they be mad because they know they ain't gonna give a damn thing because they selfish. They pathetic. Okay. They want to see people beg and want what they have, but Young Dolph didn't take himself seriously, and he was a giver. I think it's just that Leo thing because I promise you I'm a giver. Okay. And so people get mad at that. And the sad thing about it is, like he was saying, people so messed up sometimes you could be giving to them and they mad because you in a position to give to them instead of being grateful. He gave me $100. He could have gave me 1,000. Or he gave me $1,000. He could have gave me 10,000. People always trying to think of what you could be doing for them with your money, and they won't get up off of their butts to go do nothing. Okay. So the reason it's not his artist's fault. It's definitely not Key Glock's fault because Key Glock has been pushed out to the front. I'm sure Key Glock would have loved to still been behind Dolph because he still want him here. He would love to still, be walking on the side of Dolph or Dolph leading them because he was their leader. He would love that. The way that he's been pushed out to the front, he was already bumping. This is not the way that he wanted it. You can see the hurt in Key Glock. I can. Okay. All of his artists feel a certain way about what has happened to him. Hell, they try to use that situation with Big Moochie Grape. People have instances where they get mad at my mama mad at me right now. Don't mean she gonna have nothing done to me. But people like to try and spin the narrative and blame whoever, especially if they don't like them. But when it's all said and done, the only people that are going to be blamed, it's not going to be Young Dolph's artists. It's going to be the people that are charged right now and the people that was actively involved. They're going to get some type of charge one way or the other. Okay. And that day I look forward to. The man said himself, I am a loner. My boys always, his people always getting on him about being a loner because they want to roll deep. They know how grimy these folks is. See, Dolph had moved out of Memphis. So the little dudes in Memphis was getting intel and hearing, in the streets what they wanted to do to him. So that's why they didn't want him riding and roaming alone. Hell, according to some of these rappers, they was threatening him. They was calling him, threatening him. And he didn't believe it. According to them in their rap music. So, hey, like I said, I hate that this has happened to Dolph, but it is peeling back it is exposing a whole lot of stuff. They're going to wish in the end, but I think a lot of them are already wishing that they had just left him alone because they are not getting away with what they did to him. Nobody is. Anybody that was involved, y'all better get y'all houses in order because them folks gonna come and hit your door. And if they already done hit it and they let you go, it ain't got a damn thing to do with your good lawyer or whatever you think you got. It's got everything to do with they letting you know we got reason to come and do this. And you need to get your house in order. Because one of these times we come back, we gonna have you. Or else they wouldn't be bothered with you. Okay? That's the price to pay when you do evil and you think you can plot and take life. There's a price to pay. God says, when I get them back, you're going to see me get them back. And then he says, I prepare a table. I keep putting that into the atmosphere for you in the presence of your enemies. And I'd like to take those two scriptures and put them together. Okay? He's going to give you a seat at the front of the table to witness the get back. Because he says, I get them back. So I'm happy that these young men are continuously being in their music and keeping Dolph's legacy going like he would have wanted, because that's why he in the ground. They wanted that legacy to end. And here go Key Glock rising up and going to be able to lead the rest of them, because God always appoints a person, one leader of a pact, to lead the rest of them into the promised land. Okay? So we all leaders. Yeah, everybody is a leader. But God gives everybody a different assignment. And Key Glock has been given that assignment to carry that torch. A devil in hell couldn't stop that. I hope he keep tight security around him, because they understand that the devil do. And the rest of them will be right with him, because evidently God saw something in him, and Dolph did too. Whereas he can lead the rest of them into the promised land. They already banging. They already stars in their own right, and they keeping it independent. Okay? But anyways, you guys, I want you to like, share, and subscribe. So Dolph said it himself, I'm a loner. And he said that they always told him he shouldn't be by himself, but he just liked being alone. Okay? And Dolph was up early roaming. So it ain't nobody's fault other than the people that participated in helping to come up with that idea to take him out, and the people that actually did it. Those are the people that I blame. Okay. Please like, share, and subscribe, you guys. As I always say, I really appreciate you guys so much. I don't think I'm gonna have time to do another video. Like I was saying, I got to be out on a case all night, at least until the early part of the next morning. So I want you guys to like, share, and subscribe if I can. I know I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and that's because I got to get out of here. This video will probably show in the afternoon, and then I might have another one to show around 6 or something like that, if I can get a chance to do another one, okay, right now. But I want you guys to know I love you. I want y'all to be safe today, and I'll talk to you later.